Hey, everybody. How's it going, T-Bone? Hello, lady. Oh, me. It is September. And the only word I could think that began with an S that would go with the title September was spoilers. So, September spoilers is completely off the cuff, not run by Trevor and or Doug. And I am just going to do a whole bunch of spoilers because I'm the only one here and nobody can stop me. Ice Wolf, thank you for the sub. 8 months strong. One more month, and you get to have the DCD Collects digital baby for hanging in there for 9 months. It is completely fictitious. I just made it up just now, and it doesn't actually exist. But in one more month, you can have the imaginary digital DCD Collects Bambino. Thank you. He's like, here we go. Today is Friday. There is no Jimmy in the house. Mrs. The Breaker got out of work early because it is Friday and lawyers don't work late on Fridays. So she is with Jimmy the Breaker at Casa de Breaker. And I am here drinking some hard cider and just having a good old time. I have 3 additional packages from this week that I have started to get together. And this and some of you are going to get some emails. I'm going to try to get as many of those done tonight before I leave. Since we had such an amazing week worth of sales and last week was such a big week too, I want to get a jump start on next week. So, knowing that I was going to come in today and do some work, I went ahead and got a drink. So, I mean, I'm down for whatever today. Most importantly, I'm down for the spoilers. I have an entire table of spoilers next to me. That's right, a little drinky poo. Little drinky poo. Oh, what is DC doing? He's having a little drinky poo. That is true. I haven't had a drinky poo in a very long time on screen, so it is drinky poo time. What's going on, Tackling? How you doing? So I am I'm just ready to show everything that we have. Ice Wolf, you have a package coming. I was able to get one knocked out today for you. Bourbon has one that is actually a little bit overdue. I wasn't sure if he was going to come in and buy out all the dragons, but since Mr. Young did, I know I can safely send his package now. What's going on, KP? Happy 3-day weekend, and more importantly, KP, happy weekend of Lions football. Now, KP, we will get to enjoy watching your Lions play uh, with full confidence that they're going to win. I don't even know who they're playing. It doesn't matter. They're going to win. Buffalo plays on Monday night against the Jets, which will be very exciting. I am interested to see what we get out of Aaron Rodgers. Now, as you know, the Bills typically beat Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. I will say, I would argue that the Jets may have a better defense than Green Bay. If you want to accept that argument, go for it. But let's be honest, the Jets probably have a better defense than Green Bay. So it'll be interesting to see a top tier quarterback in the twilight of his career, which, by the way, still in MVP form, with a better defense. And arguably one of the most crowded and talented running back rooms in the NFL. And again, fight me over it. You're going to lose. Look at the names on that roster and come to grips with reality that the Jets are going to have a rushing attack no matter whom they give the ball to. Michigan first, go blue. That's probably on Saturday, though I don't know as I don't follow college. Now, I live in the greater LA area, one would argue, albeit an hour away from LA. It's still basically either you there's basically three cities in California. There's LA, there's San Francisco, and there's San Diego. No matter where you live in California, you are a suburb of one of those three, even if it's 1,500 miles away. It's just a fact. What up, Bourbon? Go Gamecocks! He's like, I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah, but when I was just telling them, you got an email saying that you have a package coming. Since our dear friend Mr. Young bought out dragons, I was confident that I wouldn't have to worry about you coming in and cleaning out dragons. By the way, nobody ended up with a free box. There was one accidental critical miss, rolled one, but that's because the dice fell out of my hand at a bad angle. So of course, I wouldn't want my mistake to be somebody else's loss. So we naturally re-rolled the nat one. We took a mulligan. We used our lucky feet. My DMs will love that I just dropped the lucky feet on you. And hey, there you go. Things happen. No, actually, Bourbon, it's from a while ago. It's probably from 2 weeks ago. But when I did Dragons, I thought you were going to grab one. So I was like, you'll get one this week. So I let it sit for a week. That is just me being a terrible chipper. So I was like, well, now that that's sold out, I'm absolutely sending it out to him. I'm just admitting that I kind of I didn't expect you to sleep on it the way you did, but it's all good. You have a package on the way. Also on the way, we had a conversation. Actually, this is my first one. Admittedly, I am like maybe a quarter of a drink into the night. I haven't even really started yet. But give me an hour. I will be at 2, maybe 3 by that time, if everything goes smoothly here. And then again, if it goes really bad here, I will probably also be on 2 or 3 in the next hour. Playing North Carolina in Charlotte should be fun. I will take the Gamecocks by 14. That is my stat line. Go for it. So we had a discussion yesterday. We were discussing because Don had brought it up. We had our meeting today, early in the morning, or at least for me, late in the morning for everyone else in the world. And we had decided that for sure I was not mistaken when I said I believe we're pushing Zeo out 2 weeks, and that is true. 2 weeks from now is when we will launch Zeo, because there may be something launching next week. Now, I'm not going to tell you there's something launching next week. I'm not going to tell you what could be launching next week, but I may at the end of the night tell you as we get more and more Stellas in me. Take that for what you will. So being in the greater LA area, as I get back to the original topic that I was starting with, I have a choice. My real only choice is, am I going to be an UCLA Bruin, or am I going to be a USC Trojan? I don't believe there are any other colleges in the LA area that have a football team that require, and that includes the Cal Bears. That's right, I'm talking about you, Cal Bears. That require any fandom. So I have to choose UCLA or USC. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I think of USC, I think of cheerleaders. When I think of UCLA, I think of cheerleaders. So if it's basically a cheerleader choice, it's obviously going to be USC. However, I'm also a fan of the color blue. And the UCLA Bruins have a really great color blue in their uniform. And yes, I am petty enough to pick a permanent college team based on how they look. Kevin says, watching it right now, by the way, UCLA. I have a UCLA jersey. I have a number 8 Troy Aikman UCLA jersey already in my collection. I do not have one of the most famous running backs from USC's history. The UCLA Bruins, like the Boston Bruins. OJ went to USC, right? So I mean, I'm kind of partial to OJ as a football player, not as a murderer. So I mean, I have links to both. I may have to. What's going on, Carlos? What's going on, Rick? A lot of beautiful people in this chat, aren't they? Cheers. Rick, I was not allowed to drink at the other place. One of the great things of working for myself is when I don't have my son and I'm driving home alone without anybody else in my car, I can enjoy, responsibly, a beverage or two. USC does have a lot of violations in their past because they just got caught. Every other college was doing it too. Skol! Slancha. Don is at 8 months. Thank you, Don, for your subscription. Just like Ice Wolf, you are 1 month away from the digital DCD Collects baby. The 9-month mark, and I will tell you exactly what I told Ice Wolf. It doesn't exist. I just made it up. But you get this fictional baby at the end of next month. It's verbal. There's nothing physical to prove it. It's just, you can just say, yeah, I've had DCD Collects baby. You will be one of only roughly 4 people that can say that. Maybe 5. I don't know. I never heard back from my Navy days. Could be 5. Charles like, we have a baby. Oh, we are so close to a hype train. Look at that hype train. Hype train on a Friday? I need to drink more often. Thank you, Rick. He is continuing the gift sub that he got from Dangle. Don's like, yeah, my baby days are over. My baby days are finito Mussolini. All right, spoilers. Let's take a look at something. I'm just letting you know that this is part of a spoiler. Spoiler! All right, so this is going to be the spoiler that gets me in trouble. This is where I get in trouble, right here. Let me turn. I realized we played R2D2. My bad, I didn't have my sound on. Thank you, Don, for the bits. This is what I'm not supposed to show you guys and gals. I was told specifically, keep this under wraps, just for at least another week. And then we can work. Hold on, I need another drink. Trevor is 3.5 hours away from me. There's no way he can get here in time. Just saying. Yeah, anybody want that? What's going on, GP? I know I want that. That's really good, isn't it? Yeah, that's tasty. And I mean that in, like, not the weird way. I realize that I'm holding up Spider Gwen saying that, and that's really not how I meant it. I meant the art, not the subject of the art. In a PC art way, exactly. That's how I meant it. Because this one is also tasty. But you know what's super tasty? Although it is Spider Punk, so maybe it tastes a little rancid. Dangle! What up, homie? 8 months, and the hype train is incoming. It's the first of the month. Cash your check and come on. Go! Would you look at this? Oh, look at this. Would you look at this? Somebody really knows how to draw very well. Super hype. Oh, and Dangle. Dangle doing dangle things. All-time record shattered. 100%. Well, look at you. Hype train. Thank you. We are hype right now. And you know what? Let's just booyah. Oh, sweet baby Jeebas. Would you look at this? Hey now. Yup. Yup. Did we just come best friends? Yup. Oh, it's so nasty. It's so nasty. It is wild. Chow chow. Yeah, look at Spider Pig. Hold on. I'm gonna whip out my pig. Let me whip out my hog. There it is. So accurate. It's just like my hog. Elvin Hernandez is just an absolute Goliath when it comes to art. You gotta love Elvin, and he is one of the nicest people to talk to, too. Which makes it, I mean, you almost don't like the guy because he's so talented and so nice. We have a saying at DCD Collects when people are talented and nice. I can't say it on air, but it is a saying, and we say it frequently. So, yeah, how about that nasty group of spoilers right there? Not bad for the beginning of a Tuesday, or excuse me, beginning of September on a Friday with a hype train. I don't know where Tuesday came from. Not bad. That's close enough to a Tuesday. Oh, what else? What else should I... What other envelope should I push? What envelope should I push? Make it a hoo-ha! 2 times Tuesday. So in 2 weeks, you can have this. Until then, I'm gonna make you stare at it. Hoo-ah. Muy delicioso. Yeah, so we are 10% in on the level 3 hype train. That's pretty amazing considering we are just the wholesome trio of friends having fun on camera. So, thank you. Was that a cerveza? No, that was a Stella Artois cider. I mean, it was delicious. I have 5 more. Now, I clearly can't have 5 more. I'm open to having 1, maybe 2 more tonight to celebrate, but I'm just gonna aim for 1 at the moment. What's up, Hellbolt? I love you, man. Speaking of Hellbolt, I better get a water to counteract the effects of dehydration caused by alcohol, aka hangover prevention. Hype! Yay! Thanks, man! Woot woot! At least 1 more to celebrate? I gotcha. Emotes are being delivered to supporters. Hey, followers! And supporters, you just unlocked a gaggle of new emotes courtesy of yourselves for being generous donors, subscribers, and the such. So, cheers to you and your health. All right, let's see. What are these? Let me see what we got here. Let me see. Ooh. That's me, not Doug. I like it. I like it a lot. I like extra bonuses. They fun. Speaking of fun, oh my goodness, I had an amazing phone call today. So, I had to call Spectrum Wireless. We really haven't been watching Spectrum. The bills have gone up a little bit, and Disney just had all their stuff pulled. We subscribe to a lot of things, so we were like, we really don't need Spectrum. I'm going to call Spectrum and keep the internet, but get rid of the cable. Because the internet's fine. It's fast. It's good. We like it. We've had Spectrum in 3 different states, and they've never been an issue with us. So I had to call Spectrum to remove video. It was a hour and 53-minute phone call, and I will tell you, it was arguably one of the nicest phone calls I've ever had. About 50 minutes of it was various holds because the first department I went to, protocol had to send me to the recovery unit, or not the recovery, the saving unit, the people that are supposed to try to save you from leaving, the hustlers, if you will. But I've worked claims and underwriting and service on the phones. You're not gonna outmatch me on the phones. I have seen Glengarry Glen Ross in Boiler Room and taken so many sales courses through the places I've worked that you're not going to win on the phone versus me, because the minute you try anything like a 3 yes, qualified yes gainer or anything like that, I'm going to shut you down with the opposite of what you think I'm going to say. It's just because I'm trained in it. A lot of things. Yeah. Yep. They dropped a lot of things. And again, I have no issues with Spectrum. I want to clearly state at the beginning of this rant, I've never had issues with Spectrum. None. If I did, I would not have kept them through 3 different moves. So I got a hold of the last person. I'm not going to drop names. I don't want her to get in trouble. And she was having a rough day. I could tell she was having a rough day because I could already hear that she was semi-defeated when she answered her phone. It was a word track greeting, but you could tell her heart wasn't in it. And if you've been on phones long enough and that has been your job in a call center, it doesn't take long for your heart not to be in it. I know, I did it for 8 years. So I started killing her with kindness, asked her how her day was going. She said, well, now that Disney's gone, I've been getting nothing but phone calls of people yelling at me and telling me that things are expensive, and it's been awful. And I was said, well, they can't take your birthday. And I said, I am not going to yell. And I'm actually going to tell you how wonderful job you're doing and how we're absolutely enamored with your internet providing, but we simply do not use the television. And I can tell you right now, no matter what you say, I'm definitely going to cancel. So, I just need you to save us both some time and do that. It's a no. Well, she's like, okay, that's fine. I get it. I understand. And she was just working on it, and we were chit chatting, and I was talking about, just how are you doing, and just simple niceties. And then she opened up. She was just having a bad day, and I told her, I was like, the good thing about bad days is when they're over, a new day dawns, and you get to shape how that day is. Retention, thank you, Rick. Retention unit. Yeah, I couldn't remember it either. And I said, it's all good, man. I said, you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how it affects you. So if somebody's being mean, just realize they're a petty person and it's not your fault anyway. Just do what you can to get them off the phone. And the conversation ended up 45 minutes of us talking. And she's like, you are so nice. I said, well, that's because kindness is free. It doesn't cost you anything. And oftentimes, kindness can be very rewarding for something that's free. I said, you're a human being. You have probably a family. You probably, have trials and tribulations in your life. I said, you do this for your job. This isn't what you are going to do for the rest of your life. I'm going to imagine this is just something that you're doing now. She's like, absolutely. And after, chatting, and I won't get into details, some tears were shed, and it wasn't on my end. And I told her how everything was going to be fine and that, everything is temporary and, just to relax. And we talked about the show and we talked about here, and y'all came up, and I said, out for a living, I sit in front of a camera. I'm a 43-year-old man who's not much to look at, but pretty good to listen to. And we have a lot of fun, and we are inclusive and accepting, and we love everybody, and it's a very positive environment. And, that's kind of the way I run myself, even though I can look at the negatives in things, and oftentimes I expect the worst, I still at least hope for the best. Thank you. I love you too. Doesn't cost you a dime to be nice, and that's the fact. So she was overwhelmed. She was, ecstatic. She's like, listen, I'm going to just tell you the truth. She goes, you're going to cancel your television, or your streaming, as they call it. And they said, you lose the discount on your internet, because I have the 1 terabyte or gigabyte internet, whatever. It's a big one. It's fast. We can run the Xbox streaming against people, 2 tablets and a phone at the same time without interruption. It's fast. And she says the internet stream that you have right now is $129.99 because it is one step below our top tier. Our top tier is $150. She goes, so if I cancel that it's going to be $129. Now I was paying a gigabyte. Okay, gigabyte. I was paying $178 a month for internet, the higher end internet, and television. I'm not going to call it streaming. I'm going to call it TV because we stream on the TV in my house because I'm old. She's like, there's nothing we can do to change that. That is the price. She goes, you have been so kind and you have been so nice. She goes, we are telling everybody that the government is giving out monthly rebates of between $30 and $75 a month for internet as a subsidy nationwide for people so that they can make internet achievable for the average person, because the current administration believes every household should have internet, affordable internet. So this is actually, I'm telling the story, by the way, not to brag about what I'm about to talk about, but to also inform all of you. Talk to your internet provider. It is a federal rebate of between $30 and $75. The only question they ask you is what's your name, birthday, and phone number. It is like a ACP. Thank you, Hellbolt. That is it, the ACP. It is almost a guaranteed yes. There are certain states that don't give it or allow it. Now, I'm not going to tell you which states they are, but if this administration is the one that created it, I'll let you guess which handfuls of states don't allow people to use the rebate. I'm not going to name names, but you know who you are. So it's worth a phone call. Most internet providers actually have it on the front page of their website now because you get the rebate, but they actually get paid that money. So they want you to get the rebate because it's going to retain you, and your internet provider still gets paid just via the federal government. So no matter what, they're going to get their $30. So she said, she goes, you're qualified. She goes, you know, where you are, you're welcome, Trevor. And everybody that saves $30 a month, I want you to give a thank you to DCD Collects in a social media post and say, even if it's just one of those posts where it's just writing, hey, DCD Collects saved me $30 a month on my internet bill because I'm awesome. And when I say I want you to use I'm. Like, for instance, lady, you'll be like, DCD Collects helped me save $30 a month on my internet bill because I'm awesome. That's how I want it to be quoted. Anyway, she goes, that's available. She goes, so what I can do is I can apply that, which brings it back down to $99.99 for that higher tier. And she goes, I'm just going to give you my code, my friends and family code, which I'm sure it's just a saying. She goes, we're just going to basically give you the television for free. She said it's going to be $99.98 a year, or a month, every month for a year. You're going to get the same internet you had. We're going to give you just the basic package of TVs, just your locals. Like, I lose NFL Network, which is fine. I have the NFL Pass anyway, through NFL.com. But I ended up saving $79, sacrificing only some of the basic cable things, retained all my locals, have the same speed, and after taxes, fees, and everything, it's $109.99 a month. So I went from $178.99 to $104.99, excuse me, $104.99. And I believe it's all because I was nice. So moral of the story, TLDR, too long didn't read, for those who are audibly impaired and listen to and watch my subtitles, the ones that are right here. TLDR, be kind. You can really do well by giving just a little bit of effort of being nice and kind. And because of that, I have saved about $800 this month or this year for internet and television. Do with that information what you will, but most of all, be kind to the person on the other end of the phone. You have no idea what kind of day they're going through, and you may just be the person that changes it for them, as she said I was. So, cheers. All of that is true, by the way. All right, if somebody wants me to open something, I highly recommend getting the orders in early. Because if I go through like 2 or 3 more ciders, I won't be able to open anything. I'll cut my thumb off. So I'm just saying, feel free to order now. It's a great time. Let's go through what's available, shall we? TMNT, believe it or not, we are almost half sold out on that. That is cruising right along. Look at you. It's a banging product. I really don't need to spend much time talking about it. It's a rock star product. It is. Sportsflix. I feel like I need to do another giveaway for Sportflix. Does anybody else think I should do a Sportflick giveaway, or should I skip it and go on to something else? I'll let y'all decide. That is for Q. Oh, thank you, Craig. This is Roosevelt's. This was a gift for my birthday from Uncle Doug. It is conspicuously like Buffalo Bills colors and has a buffalo on each shoulder. And I actually now match my good friend Jose. Actually posted a picture on Instagram of the two of us together with matching t-shirts being all twinsies and stuff. All right, so where is... Was it over there? I don't remember. It was somewhere. I had something else too. Yeah, we're doing good. Oh, that's fine, Dangle. Make sure you get those sleepers. Sleepers are important. Anybody who has ever done sports knows there are very things more valuable than a good ice pack. And it can't be sports without an ice pack. A reusable ice pack. So, we are going to put this through, I don't know, maybe let's go with the next. Let's go with the next. What are we at? 11? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's go 5. Let's go yellow. Let's get some stars. Hello, Mel. Hello, Jimmy. All right, these 5 boxes will qualify, excuse me, for the Grogu Ice Pack. When these 5 are gone, we will give that away. It's a simple one. It's easy. It is adorable. It is an official licensed Star Wars reusable ice pack. And yeah, it's adorable. And if I know anything about sports, one of the most important things about sports is ice packs. So there you go. Lee Cozy's Robots, ladies and gents, I don't know how to tell you this, but if you take a look at Lee Cozy's prices, which he shared on Instagram, the fact that you can get one of these for the price that we have them at is probably something you should jump on, considering one of them is still the absolutely stunning Astro Boy painting that was used for his most recent Astro Boy print. It's one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have a 1 in 7 chance of getting that Astro Boy. That Astro Boy, as he will tell you, is quite expensive. Manga anime. I mean, I got nothing, guys, gals, ladies, gentlemen, children, Melmacians. I've been watching the rest of Demon Slayer, so I like it. Apparently, I'm the only one. Space Spectacular also. That is Lee Cozy. Sketch card mixed with a sealed Topps Star Wars SIG series. By the way, I believe that Topps Star Wars SIG series has Pee Wee Herman autographs in it. Paul Reubens was the voice of one of the droids. I believe there are actually Pee Wee Herman autographs that are live in that. Demon Slayer. The imagery of Demon Slayer, let alone the story, but the visual imagery is stunning on Demon Slayer. Team Ups is another one. I have no idea how we have not sold more of these. It is always a perennial hit. It is cray cray. And we've got you covered. Craig is single-handedly tearing through that one, looking for the Ghost Rider. So, y'all got options. Y'all got options. Let me take that off. Actually, what else I gotta do? Oh yeah, that's right. Super Breaks. Anybody who orders a Super Break product, you know what? I'll just do it because I don't care. Next two orders, any Super Break order, any, I'm going to repeat, any Super Break order. The next two, each of you are getting a free 21 Super Glow inaugural edition, courtesy of Super Breaks. I'm not even going to random them. First come, first serve. First two orders get it. In case of two orders arriving at the same time, it will go by order number. I mean, these are, let's look them up. Let's not guess. Let's just straight up look them up. 2021 Super Break Super Glow inaugural. I actually kind of wish I didn't do that. There might be a little reprimand for this one. Yeah, so apparently these are $110 a box. You're welcome. Well, you win some, you lose some. Thank you, Super Breaks. I mean, there you go. You could have an order for $75 and get a $110 box for free. Because I said it, and I'm no take backsies. No take backsies. Trevor is currently feverishly trying to buy some Founders, now being armed with that information. Can you beat Trevor? I mean, T-Bone, I don't see why we can. If nobody else jumps on it, I don't see why we can't give it to you. You're a paying customer as well. Oh, goodness gracious. I treated myself to some Subway. That was my splurge for the day. So I said, if I'm going to have a cider or three, I better have food in my belly. Get in my belly. It did. It was delicious. Just got Tay-Tay in the 7th. Nice pick. I like it. Tay-Tay in the 7th is good. I like it. What's going on, Andrew? How are you doing, man? Good to see you. Mr. Young, we may or may not have been talking about you, as you know. I get by. Dig it. Oh, so it is a long 3-day weekend. Who's got plans? I do, but I want to hear yours first. The last episode of Ahsoka was so good, but it was way too short. I concur. Yes, Mexican food. Lady, you live where the Mexican food is pretty dang good too. KP says, I'm drawing. It's a redraft, but we have 3 keepers. Even if he doesn't do much this year, I'll probably have him for a while. No, I agree. Laboring. Well, there's about 4 billion women on the planet that will say you're not laboring, but they appreciate the sentiment. I have D&D tomorrow where I will be supplying a nice charcuterie board. On Sunday, I have football. At 1:25, I'm headed to B-Dubs for the Raiders game with Steven. Dango's like, hey, we're getting Mexican takeout. And we're losing the feed. Oh, it's back. It's strong. It stayed. Huzzah! The feed went to 0 kilobytes per second for about 4 seconds and then jumped back to 7,000. What else we got going on? Lions win. Get ready to say that a lot this year. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. You're getting pho tonight? I am a big fan of pho. There is a really nice, authentic pho place in Buffalo called Pho 99. And Pho 99 only has, well, when I was there, only had 5 items on the menu. It was chicken, pork, beef, or huevo. You had the option of raw beef or raw chicken as well. But obviously they didn't advertise the raw chicken. The beef was sushi grade. The chicken is not. There is no such thing as sushi grade chicken. It doesn't exist. So I used to get the raw beef, and the pho was so good and hot that it would actually cook the beef. So if you started on the broth, the beef would be cooked by the time you got to the actual goodies. It was the cure-all for hangovers and sickness. Ooh, duck pho. I could dig some duck pho. And a blueberry smoothie. I don't think I've ever had seafood pho. I would try it. Who do I have for KC versus the Lions? I have the Lions. I have the Lions over KC. It's going to be 37-34. That's it. The Lions are going to shock the world and basically let the world know what we have known all along. Us closeted Lions fans and out of the closet Lions fans. I have the Lions over KC. Gibbs scores 3 touchdowns, 2 receiving, 1 rushing. There you go. My lips to God's ears. You ask, I tell. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm going with. Watch everybody jump on that wagon. Kevin P. West, as well as AJ Detroit. You will have my back. You have witnessed me for a couple years now. Tell everybody to watch out for the Lions. And what have they done in the last 2 years? T-Bone's like baseball's getting good now. Trevor was telling me the most important game of the season happened yesterday. So, Trevor, what happened in the most important game of the season yesterday for the Doyers? KP's like, yes, sir. You have been preaching before it was cool to do so. Thank you. It's easy to be a Bills fan now. As you know, I have been a Bills fan since birth, even named my son after Jim Kelly. So nobody can ever say I don't bleed blue, red, white, and blue. But what a lot of people don't know is I also have a little blue, gray, silver in there too. Ooh, excuse me. T-Bone's like, yeah, it was a crazy game. Something about a grand slam that he was not pleased about. That's just what I heard. Dangle's like, I'm already looking to see what I'm going to have to sell to pay for another trip. Grand Slam for Acuna. Then Mookie Slam. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, the pitcher should not have put the field into that situation. I blame the coaches. The coaches made poor decisions. And that's what happened. Try being a Dodgers fan. I was a fan of a team that I thought won the championship. Then I found out they were a bunch of liars and cheaters. Now I just don't like baseball. So no, I'm not going to try being a Dodgers fan. I'm just going to try to never watch baseball. With that said, I will go to live games because the experience of being in the ballpark brings back my childhood. But I would be there more for the experience than the game. He's like, is this how you feel all the time? Woo, shots fired. What's going on, Doug? Doug, I did not spoil anything today. Don't listen to that title. It's a liar. That title on the side of the screen is a liar. I did not spoil anything except some stuff. So, a little bit. Pirates fans are like, yeah, hold my beer. Don. Oh, Don. Poor Don is a Pirates fan. I have seen a Blue Jays game. The Blue Jays used to play in Buffalo. If you remember, for some reason I'm not believing you. The Blue Jays actually played in Buffalo. The Buffalo stadium was home to the Blue Jays for a while during COVID. My problem with the Blue Jays, and there's only one, Drake. I hate Drake with such an unbridled passion that burns with the heat of 1,000 suns that the mere thought of being a Toronto Raptors, Maple Leafs, or Blue Jays fan turns my stomach. Now, I'm not saying the Blue Jays turn my stomach. I actually really like the Blue Jays. I like the bird. I like their logo. I like the way they play ball, and I think they have a great stadium in the Great White North. I just hate Drake so much that wannabe wankster, half-butt actor, absolute turd of a person, and possible groomer is turning me off to the thought of rooting for a team that he is a fan of. The simple mention and look of him makes me not want to cheer for anything T-Dot related. And that's tough to say considering how much I love the Greater Ontario area. Dangle's like, I've been to Blue Jays games before. They always come down to the droves and outnumber the M's fans. No need to pour Don. Being a Pirates fan builds hope. I hope this year is the year. By mid-year, it's I hope next year is our year. I hope they sell the team. I hope they spend some money. Yeah, I do in principle like the Toronto Blue Jays. I would hate to have to run into Drake at one of the games and be compelled to tell him that he was a wankster. We need an MLB roast thread for each team. Hey, go ahead, listen, take the initiative, Doug. Go to Reddit, go to MLB, and start. Copy the rules from the NFL roast, change it to baseball, use the same rules in baseball, and see what happens. Acuna, because he is the 60-30 man. Why your team sucks is somebody waking up and choosing violence. It is brutal. Pretty crazy. Honestly, hard to see it against the guys, but good for him. I mean, you got to look at it that way, Trevor. Let's out loud. Let's count how many 60-30 men there were in the history of baseball. It's not going to take you long, Trevor. You already know the answer. First to 60 stolen bases and 30 home runs is crazy good. There is the answer. One. There's one of them. Him. You gotta applaud that. Even if it is against your team, you gotta applaud. It's like, well, yeah, that's actually really good. That's you did it. Like when the Buffalo Bills pulled the only perfect offensive game in the history of the NFL. It happened to be a playoff game against, well, it just happened to be the Patriots. You have to admit, even as a Patriots fan, well, that it was a perfect game. Every single possession ended in a touchdown. Yeah, that's impressive. 40-70 is not out of the question. No, it's not. He's like, I do have a few nice Acuna rookies. All right, I know it has been a busy last 72 hours. I am going to say the magic words that really got yesterday kick-started. It is 7:03 p.m. Pacific, 10:03 Eastern. I'm going to give the first last call of the evening right now. Oh, gluten-free. Anybody who watches South Park knows why gluten-free is important. Now, I know a few of you have answered what you're doing this weekend, but certainly not all 18 of you did. So please regale me with the tales of what you have planned for the weekend so that I can also live vicariously through you as well as my own adventures. I'm gonna need that. Okay. Oh, don't everybody all jump at once. How about my lurkers? Maybe I'll call you out by name and ask you individually what you're doing this weekend. Ladies sanding a project table, that sounds like not a lot of fun, but ultimately rewarding. Yes, don't you dare. Mrs. the Breaker. What are you doing this weekend besides D&D? What do you got planned? Seven Bullet, what do you got planned? I want to know. I would ask what tackling has planned, but I have a feeling I already know what tackling has planned. UFC and baseball. Dangle, did you see that gym rat call out Mighty Mouse and tell Mighty Mouse that because he was 80 pounds heavier than him, he would destroy him in an MMA fight? I laughed uncontrollably at that. I gotta find the dude's name. Bradley Martin. Bradley Martin, a bodybuilding YouTuber, said that he could beat Mighty Mouse in a no holds barred fight. Mighty Mouse was like, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, he is a clown. He is trying to get famous. But here's the thing, sanction the match. Make it a catch weight that is not required to meet, that you could be under for. And after Mighty Mouse destroys him and submits him in an amazing fashion, watch him have no followers. Because who's going to watch a gym rat who got beat up by a 160-pound guy? Granted, the 160-pound guy is probably, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters to grace the face of the earth when it comes to mixed martial arts. Either way, if he loses, which he will, it will destroy his following on YouTube. And I think it is worth him getting temporarily famous just to lose it all because of his bravado. That's just, and that I'd pay to see it. I would buy that fight. I wouldn't even steal that fight. I would actually buy that fight just to watch Mighty Mouse wreck him. It would be by submission, probably either ankle lock or armbar. That's if I had to guess, that's what I say my guess would be. He would have him gassed in probably 45 seconds. Do you know how much energy it would take to feed those muscles just wrestling? Get close, let him take you down, and just let him burn himself out on you. Turtle, shrimp, just let him go. And he's gassed after 45 seconds. It's a wrap. Even when I was extremely fit and practicing an amateur MMA, a minute of actual groundwork and I was pretty gassed in the beginning. Now, eventually, I could roll for a few minutes. Not many, but a few. But in the beginning, somebody untrained like him, you roll BJJ for 60 seconds, and it feels like eternity. Eternity. Anybody who has rolled BJJ knows. It's brutal. That is why it's such a good workout. All right, final last call on the evening. Yes. This is the original. This is in Lee Cozy's Robots. Right now, there are only 7 left. You have a 1 in 7 chance of taking this home. This is published work. He made a full run of prints out of it, which I guess means it's published, right? Technically, not in a comic book sense, but it was turned into a print, so therefore, it was published as a print. Yeah, look at the details. It is not a rough job. This is very finely finished. There's also Metropolis. Hubba Hubba. Iron Giant. Not T1000. It's whatever the other model was. There is this right here. This is actually sneaky good. T800. Thank you. They were all numbered. Yeah. Yep, that's right. They are not going to be reprinted. Now, you initially will look at this Ultron and go, it's a little bit small. Now listen, I've heard that my entire life, but I will be the first to tell you, just because it's small doesn't mean it's not worthwhile. Because what makes this different than everything else, it is an uncut artist proof from the Avengers Sketch Effects set, sanctioned and licensed by Marvel. These by themselves, Lee has said, just a blank one is $100, and then you have to pay him to paint on it. So that by itself will tell you why this little mighty mouse of a piece of art is in that big art run. He does not have many of these left. There are very few of them. I think he said he had like 10 or 12, and that was it. There is a special giveaway. The print, which I don't think I have in hand, he did a special painted print. So everybody is also getting one of these prints numbered to 15, and that's it. There's only 15 of them. These will never be remade like this again. It is a one-time deal. They are signed and numbered. And then the final giveaway, he actually painted her gold. And we don't have it in hand, but we will have it in hand within the next week or two. But he did a specific painted remark as a giveaway for this run as well. Dangle had a panic moment. I was looking all over for my son. We found him sleeping in a hallway closet. Hey, if it's comfortable, why not? All right, Craig. Craig is not messing around. That's what I like about Craig. Craig doesn't mess around. 12. Six. Why is that not like everyone else? Let's fix that. There we go. There's 6. Then it goes 5. 5, 8, 3, 11, 9, 6. All right. Dangle gets it. He's like, yeah. He's going to hit something big and you're going to get flooded with orders. That's why I got first last call out of the way right off the bat. Craig's like, I'm feeling good. Let's get it. I agree, man. Let's get it. Let's do it. This is going to be Ghost Rider, and this is going to be the Astro Boy. That's how we're going to roll on this one. We are going to start with DCD Collects presents We've Got You Covered. Sketch covers from Govar, Mauk, Lee, Pena, Hernandez, and West. 12 of 25. Are you ready, Craig? Craig wants Ghost Rider. I want him to have Ghost Rider. Let's see if we can make that happen. That is Zeo, but that is simply the print of the pencil work. Here is the original. I am not gonna lie, the honeycomb background is just awesome. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hello there. So, yes, this is a print of the original pencils. He has been nice enough to include an original print of the pencils for us, as well as the original. So a nice little, nice little bonus print on the back. There you go. Now it's this little nugget. Number 6, Lee Cozy's Robots. Number 5. What is number 5? This is really well done. This was, I believe, either the first or second piece that he has done. Who remembers good old Buck Rogers? Do we have any Buck Rogers fans in the house? Raise your hand if you enjoyed some Buck Rogers. Go ahead, I'll wait. I did. I'm raising my hand. KP was a Buck Rogers fan. So was Lady. Twiggy! Craig nailed it! What you talking about, Willis? Or should I say, what you talking about, Twiggy? Doug's like, I know where the original is living these days. Yeah, Lee Cozy doesn't mess around with details. Look at the chrome dome on that one. Fully painted by our dear friend Lee. It's, we actually had this on display at Comic-Con. It's that good. We put it right on the wall. We stuck it to the wall so everyone could see how good the work is. Digging that, right? Chrome is not easy to replicate with paint. I'm order 11110. Oh, goodness gracious. And just like that, we are flooded with orders. Dangle is up next, followed by Carlos. Congratulations, Craig. That is a really nice one. Dangle's like, called it. He got a big hit. Now everyone wants some. All right, Dangle, you're getting Founders and the free inaugural. That is, yep, that's absolutely right, Doug. He gets the print as well. Carlos says, hey, I want you to cover me too. Don't worry, Carlos, we've got you covered. So now, for the record, it is a 1 in 6 chance to get the Astro Boy or the Iron Giant, if that is what you're into too. By the way, the number for the remarked print, it's print number 3 of 15. All right, Dangle, you're up first. '23 Founders Edition by Super Breaks. Craig, you are. With every one of those robots, you also get a print numbered out of 15. So you actually really make out very well. Signed by the artist, numbered by the artist's wife. I actually watched her do it. Her penmanship is remarkable. Dangle says, let's get 2 autos. I mean, I want you to. I think that would be great. All right, Dangle. See what you got, man. Holy shnikes, it's Yale and Harvard. Yeah, that's handwriting. Let's upgrade. Enhance. Enhance. There it is. Let's do that again. but better. Buddy. Buddy. Oh, I want that to be Albert so bad. Okay. Can I find one with. Oh, here we go. Boy, Albert Einstein's handwriting is all over the place. E. A. Show me an A. Show me an A. So apparently his handwriting has been turned into a font. One of the first things they say is his handwriting changed over the years. Sometimes he curls his twos, sometimes he doesn't. I don't have a definitive answer. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. Doug, next time you talk to Super Breaks, ask them specifically about the Einstein. See if it maybe was a paper he graded in college, because he was a professor. If it's not his handwriting, see if it's a paper he graded, because that could also be the case. Oh, now that is interesting. How about John D. Rockefeller? Speaking a little French. Founders Edition is great. It is. Founders Edition is fantastic. All right. You're getting an autograph. Question is, whose is it? Are we also going to get a thick Mac Jones short print? Good luck. Zalatoris. What rhymes with Zalatoris? Oh, Dolores. B-Rob. T-Law. And Kang. Brees. Speaking of Jets running backs, CJ. Booty. Caleb. Iron Mike. Tatis. Collins. Mac Jones. I mean, he kind of looks like him. Sam Howell, starting quarterback of Washington. Grayson McCall. Tatis. Bo Nix. 75 out of 150. He's from Pinson, Alabama. He's like, Oregon boy. Ducks, that is. Booty. Iron Mike. JT. Wow, I've never seen one of these before. This is a Lucite card with a film on it. I haven't seen one of these yet. I like the look and feel of this card. I like it a lot. I've never been super high on their Super Glow product. I've never pooed on it either, but I actually really like the look and feel of this card. I don't even know if there are odds. Yeah, I don't see any printed odds. Reese, Rattler, B-Rob, and Chuck Norris. Whoosh, roundhouse kick. You know what is under Chuck Norris's beard? Yet another fist. There you go, man. I'll drink to that. Oops, all gone. All right, Carlos. DCD Collects presents We've Got You Covered for 24 of 25. Yeah, I know. That's why I had to put the card down quickly, Dangle. I didn't want to lose a finger. Those rugged good looks of his. All right, Carlos. Here we go. My, oh my. Take a look at Elvin Hernandez. Oh, look at the dust. That's a lot of little zeros. The lines, you know he used a ruler. I'm telling you, Doug, we need to get Elvin and KP on a project called The Devil's in the Details. And the only prerequisite is you guys got to make the most detailed pieces and you have to try to out detail each other. Lines. Lines. Ah. Yeah, look at just like the little extra dots, little action dots. It's like I'd buy that for $1. It's blended really well too. Even up close and far away, that's good. Well, there you go, man. It's good. We're oogling it, so you know it must be good. When everybody's oogling your comic book, you know it's a good piece. There you go, man. You guys, we should make you guys do some, like, Giger. Or who's the guy that does the Infinity the stairwell and stuff? Was that also that wasn't Giger? Somebody else did the stairs and the stuff that's like infinite. Tillman will ink them just so everybody's miserable. Escher, thank you, Escher. It has to be all like Escher and Giger. I couldn't remember Escher. Giger and Escher. Craig! Craig said, "Don't you dare get that comic book. I'm coming back." JA17 is the number. And, ooh. We haven't hit any of the big ones yet, by the way. Just for those who are wondering, there are extremely limited and expensive backs, and I don't think we've hit a single one yet. We've gotten the mid-tier, the San Diego Society ones, which are mids. They're rare, but not as super rare as some of the ones that he did use for us. So hopefully we can see one of those right here. And that's what we'll do. We'll start with the comic. And then we will jump to the cozy. That is true. Even more special. Even specialer. All right, we've got you covered for by DCD Collects. Govar Mauk Lee Pina Hernandez. And Wes Craig. 17 out of 25, aka JA 17 out of 25. Let's see Ghost Rider. Well, it's not Ghost Rider, but it's somebody that has rode with Ghost Rider. How? Oh, man, look at that. Look, let's talk about details. Zeo, bringing the heat. We are talking about KP and Elvin. Zeo comes in and says, "Hold my beer." Hold my beer. Yep, you get the print and the original. The cool thing about Zeo is he is all about sharing how it's done. He's like, I like the Guardians. Well, I like this cover. That's a nice cover. I dig it. I dig it. Now, also, speaking of the galaxy, let's go to a galaxy far, far away. "2023 Star Wars Sig Series. Maybe, just maybe, Pee Wee Herman is in here. Maybe Han Slow-Mo. Maybe even a little Daisy. Kevin P. West. Kevin P. West and Bourbon are both really big fans of this guy. How about Two Tubes? David Accord. I love this style. This classic style is my favorite of the run. I've said it before. I'm saying it again. Good old Two Tubes. And now, let's get to the original art. 19. All right, there is a secret. There is a secret. I am going to let you in on the secret. When we built this product, we were given 2 stacks. One stack had detail painting and expensive card backs. The other ones had the less rare card backs. I, as a goof, put all the ones that had either painted details or rare backs upside down so that I would know that there was something special inside the envelope. Now, don't get me wrong. Anytime you can get Lee Cozy doing Star Wars, you are winning in life. So, it doesn't matter which way the card went in, but it does add a little something something when it's upside down. Oh my goodness. Craig, get hype. Get hype. This right here, officially licensed Star Wars Galactic Files. Hello! One of one official Topps Lee Cozy card. This right here is definitely worth price of admission. This was one of the ultra rares I was talking about. You just got your money back and then some. KP, you ain't never lie. This is from 2013, Star Wars Galactic Files Series 2. This is an officially licensed Topps trading card. This is legit. This is official. This is the real deal Holyfield. This piece of paper by itself is close to $100. This is nasty. Yeah, it is. He has been saving this card stock for a long time, and we managed to pry a few out of his hands for this. These are very sought after. Oh, I'm talking about the blank, KP. I don't know how much you would charge to draw on it. I know the blank, even without a name on it, just the blank is expensive. Without a single drop of ink. He's like, we won't sell the blank. Well, there's your answer. Kevin's like, yeah, we don't sell the blanks. There you go, man. This is a really big hit in here. I can't express enough. This is a biggin. Congratulations, man. That is a biggin. You just did really well all around. KP's like, hey, I have a few that could be commissioned. Dangle. Dangle says, "That's so nice, I'm gonna hit it twice." Founders Edition. Craig, you should be feeling good, man. You've had one heck of a day. You have had a solid day. Hell, Craig, you've had a solid week. Let's be honest. Your entire week has gone really well here this week. Hands down. I was actually just getting ready to start shipping your stuff from this week, and I was thumbing through what you've gotten so far. You've done really well this week. Really well. Dangle-lang, dangle-lang. You know, Dangle, I'm going to use a different blade. I don't think this one was lucky enough for you. Let's see if we can get luckier. See if I can find my other blade. All right, I'm going to grab my Irwin. Send pictures of the autographed Bills helmets? Yeah, you should definitely send me those. I'd like to see them. Let's start with a freebie. Holy shit. One of one. Jason Dominguez auto. Are you kidding me? I want you to remember, you got this for free. You know, I told you I needed to switch up my cutter, didn't I? I felt like I needed to change something. Holy Christmas. All right, you know what's going to happen next. Big bada boom. I don't even know if we have to open up the rest of the box. We can just light the rest of the box on fire now. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Olave. Oh, Bo Nix. Cracked ice. 1 of 1. Oh my goodness. Dangle. Who's your daddy? For free. Nobody else but DCD Collects and Super Breaks themselves can bring you this type of heat. He's like, thanks, Daddy. You're welcome, son. You've been a good boy. You deserve it. I'm not going to have any space to break. Booty. Pickens. Emory Jones. Damian Collins. Not numbered. Right? You get a 101. You get a 101. You get a 101. Mac Jones. Caleb Dressel. Victor Hovland. That's a bit of the glow. Well, Dangle, I know I don't do sports cards anymore. However, you know what? Let me rephrase that. I don't always break baseball cards, but when I do, I only get 1 of 1s. I only get uno de unos. Man, oh man. Screenshot that one, baby. Take a look. That's nice. The nice thing about being semi-retired is you can just be like, all right, I'm back in. Let me dip my toe, rock the house, and then walk away and be like, yeah, I did that. It's just a typical Friday. That's what we do at DCD Collects. There we go. It's the man, the myth, the tower himself, Gustav Eiffel. That's how you start a holiday weekend. I agree. How about Eli Whitney? Man, I wish there was an easier way. At least give us a whole word so we can read it. Confirm? I'm going to go with confirm. We'll say that's the word confirm. I feel better about it. Oh, hello, Samuel Lord. You're writing with a pencil. Thanks, Carlos. There it is. Man, oh man, it's almost like Dangle knew. He was waiting on the last call. He was waiting on the big hit so that he could come in and get a big hit of his own. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Look at what you done. Whew. Swooped in and got them goodies. Welcome to the goodie room. Treat yourself. All right, so Wednesday. Wednesday, we are making a new product live. Wednesday is a product everybody's been waiting for about a month and 2 weeks. That's right, Dangle. Why would you keep the free stuff laying around? It's free. Go get it. Next week, Wednesday, we are launching a product that was absolutely gangbusters last year. Last year, it was a piece of art and one, maybe two goodies from San Diego Comic-Con 2022. This year, they're not in boxes. These are so big that it's literally numbered piles. Here, I'll show you. It is literally numbered piles of stuff. That's how big this is this year. It's not just one piece of art. and an item. It is a pile. Most of them. There are a few that are only like 3 items because one of the items is massive, a la Mondo posters. Which, by the way, the Mondo posters this year, because people believe this, since Mondo was technically shuttered by Funko, people were believing this may be the last year of official Mondo releases. I don't know that. I just know people were buying them thinking that this was the end of Mondo because they said they were shuttering Mondo. We just bought as many as we could in case it was indeed the last year. It could be like Mons Venus, where every 6 months they say they're closing, just so people come in to party, and then they have no intention of closing. I don't know. I don't work for Mondo. I work for DCD Collects. We have 3 Mondo posters in here. Though the value of those posters are hundreds of dollars. So those may only have 2 or 3 pieces in them. Others have 4, 5, and 6. One of them, I think, has 7. I think one of them has 7 items in it. There is a reason, and I haven't spoken to Trevor and Doug as to whether or not we're going to mention what the reason is. But heck, I've had a couple of drinks. Let's just, Trevor, I'm going to tell him. We're not doing San Diego Comic-Con next year. We're probably not doing San Diego Comic-Con in the next few years. We have decided to pull back from San Diego Comic-Con. And with what San Diego Comic-Con costs, we can actually do multiple smaller cons in the area for the same amount of money, which allows us to keep prices at a good level. So this may be, and is right now earmarked as the last time, the second time and the last time that we are doing unconventional from San Diego Comic-Con. So we knew probably by the last day of San Diego Comic-Con that and we did well. I'm not saying we didn't do well. We met some great people. We had great times. We had a very fruitful Comic-Con. We met some amazing people, got to hang out with absolute legends. But we would rather be at Comic-Con as fans and making connections than necessarily setting up shop and doing business. So we would rather do business at spoilers. We are going to be at LA Con in December. We are looking at a couple of other cons in the California, Nevada area, and we can do multiple per year for the price of one in San Diego. So, with us kind of having an inkling that this may be the last one that we're doing that is an SD unconventional break, this one is loaded. There are a lot of pieces in here. Nobody is walking away with just 2. Everything is, I believe, 3 or more. I might even be 4 or more. I've lost count because, as you saw, it's literally piles of stuff. The entire break is an envelope with a number in it. The number correlates to a pile of stuff. You get the entire pile. We couldn't fit it in a box. We couldn't fit it in an envelope. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to ship it to you. We're going to figure that out when I get to that. We're going to cross that bridge when I get to it. So, Wednesday we are officially launching the final San Diego unconventional break. And it is going to be priced the same way that we priced it last year. It will be on the site probably, Tuesday? I think Tuesday we were going to make it live. And then Wednesday we'll be breaking. I'm simply numbering the envelopes. I'm going to shuffle them on camera. I'm going to number them. And it is, as always, it's going to be given in the order that they were received. It is 23 piles. I'm not joking. Right? Let's look at this again. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to try to zoom in without zooming in on the number. Oh, Carlos, it's legendary. I'm going to be as bold as to say it's legendary. Here's an example pile. That is the autographed Genesis. That is the autographed Sanity. Not all piles get those, as you will see. We didn't have enough for one for everybody. I think 2/3 of the people get it. So there is an autographed comic. There is an autographed comic. There is, I believe, a shirt. There is an autographed print. And there will also be a piece of original art. There is an autographed pop. There are 2 autographed comics. So there is at least 3 in that pile. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces? I mean, this one's nasty. These are not all on there, by the way. Those are just sitting there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items plus art. There are, yeah. Oh, look, a Mondo poster. And a signed print. And original art. Yeah. Signed comic, signed comic, signed comic. Poster. Button. So, yeah. That is just 5 of the 23 piles that are placed around this room. That's disapproving. We were gonna hold this. We were gonna wait until a little bit later in the month. But I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have any room in here. There are piles over here. There's 3 piles behind the camera on my shipping station. There are 2 piles on the desk over here. There are, I think, 17 piles on this table. And I think there's a pile over on the couch. I don't have any room. So I begged Trevor and Doug and said, guys, listen, can we do unconventional this week and move Zeo to the following week? I'm sorry, Don. It's my fault you have to wait an extra week, Don. I'm sorry. Don, I love you like a brother. It's my fault you have to wait. But I don't have any room to work in here. I have no space. So I said, gentlemen, now is the time. We need to unleash the final SDCC unconventional box. So, Tuesday, at an undisclosed time, I'm gonna need y'all to keep your ears and eyes open for your Discord notifications if you have them on. Because our Discord people will be the first to get informed when we launch the product. We will announce the time on Tuesday that the product goes live. We will be telling everybody on Discord by noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, what time to get to the website to place your orders on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning if we decide. Either way, Discord finds out first. Now, full disclosure. There are 23 boxes, right? Kind of. There's actually 21 available to the public, as 2 of them have already been pre-sold to Australia. Our good friend Joe said, I am going to be out of the country, backpacking across the mountains. I know you are going to create this product. I would like to buy it. And I would like you to hold them if you would. We, the DCD Collects Brain Trust, said as long as it gets randomed with everything else, those 2 top spots will be reserved by him. I think it was 2. I gotta look. Let me see if it was 1 or 2. It might just be 1. I'm gonna look in real time. It's 1. Okay. It's gonna be 1 Comic-Con box. 1. So there are 22 available to the public. One of them, the first one, is already earmarked for Joe. Joe's pile will remain a secret until the end, but I will be pulling his number live on camera so that you know there is no tomfoolery or shenanigans. Absolutely no poppycock. So be ready. I have a feeling this is going to move about as fast as it did last year. And those who were fortunate enough to get in on it last year, you know exactly how crazy this is going to be. All right, everybody, I am going to check. If there's no more orders, I'm going home. All right, that's it. Dangle does have a birthday on Friday. It's Friday, right? Is it Friday? Or no, it's Saturday. Thursday? It's either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. It's not Friday. It's either Thursday or Saturday. Oh, I forgot to mention. The giveaway for Unconventional. For those who have tuned in, you've already seen this. Yes, it is the Comic-Con exclusive debut, Disney 100 Loungefly Pearlescent Throwback Backpack. Gentlemen, you now have a reason to let your wives let you buy these. You can tell them, honey, I'm doing it for you. I have a 1 in 23 chance of getting you a early release Disney 100 Loungefly backpack in a beautiful pearlescent. So there you go. That is an extremely popular backpack. You are definitely not lying. Man, all that spoiling and announcing's really taken a toll on me. I love you. I love each and every one of you. What a really great week. We opened a lot of really awesome stuff. We got to see a whole bunch of cool stuff, and you just got announced what most people have been waiting months to hear. I think you are all going to have the greatest 3-day weekend of all of your young lives. Carlos says, I'm now down to 316 from 327. Hey man, good job. Good job. I need to drop 20 according to my doctor. I'm probably going to cheat and go with Ozempic as soon as I get healthcare again. Um but congratulations, man. I can tell you I struggle the same way. I blew all the way up to 250. I'm supposed to be around 190. So I'm carrying on a lot of extra weight. And believe me, my back is screaming about it. But I love each and every one of you. Please take care of yourselves and each other. There's going to be a lot of amateurs out this weekend. Only go on the roads if you have to. Be safe. Take care. I want to see you next week, Wednesday, so that you can get your own pile of amazing stuff acquired at Comic Con. I love you all. Take care. Be safe. Thank you, man. You too.